Selling that Indian food. Yeah, man. To be honest, though, he's done a great job, Annie Babuls, because, look, I'm going to say it, like, when I sat down and ate the food, right, once you I was impressed. Yeah. The whole place is so impressive. Mm-hmm. The service is so impressive. Yeah. Menu looks impressive. How it's presented is impressive. Everything is impressive. Mm-hmm. And it is evidently a step above your cafe spices of the world, obviously. Yeah. Uh-huh. However, when you boil down to the nuts and bolts of it, when you're eating it, you're like, still a curry. Yeah. It's still a curry. That's what it is. Like, my chicken curry tastes the same here as it does in the other ones. Do you know? It's just all the sparkly things that make it.
It's fancy, innit? It's like a brunch spot, isn't it?
What is it? What's it called? Was it something? Is it called Indian tapas or something like that?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. Fancy. Yeah. But yeah, no, he's like totally, for our town, he's totally revolutionised it. And he's like, he is the big boy in the town.
There's one open in Durham now as well.
Is there?
Whether I'll get an invite, I don't know.
Yeah. It's like above the Wetherspoons. Like, next to is it Rio Steakhouse.
All right.
It's like on the top near the gala.
Oh, right.
I know what you mean.
I should know that.
But
oh yeah.
But no, I've never been. I'm not a big Indian food guy.
That might change. I wasn't not to sound oldest, but like when I was young, I didn't like fish, didn't like Indian food, didn't like coffee. Yeah. Now I love fish food and coffee.
I hate fish. No.
I think all young people do because your taste buds are too good. That's what it is. Your taste buds are just fantastic. What you need is 2 decades of smoking cigarettes. That's what you need first under your belt. You know, a little stint in the drugs, you know, a bit of that to ruin it. Yeah. And then some age and some sadness. Then you'll start to like all of these things, you know?
Yeah.
It's all to look forward to for you, you know? Or the only way is up from here, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, Ron, shall we make a podcast then?
Yeah. So we're chatting about random shite.
Are we rolling, Ron?
We are rolling, sir.
Yes, we are rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest, well, there's quite a lot. So not wanting to spoil the whole podcast, I'll just skim over things. She's an associate audiologist.
Yes.
She recently won National Influencer of the Year. Is that right?
Yeah, for the pageant category.
Yeah. And through the Miss Great Britain competition, she is now Miss Durham 2026. She also loves cats and cars.
Yeah.
We are delighted to be joined today by the wonderful Miss Nicole Hanson.
Nicole.
Oh, sorry, Nicole.
Don't worry.
Is it Nicole?
Yeah, it is Nicole. I always have.
No, I wasn't asking you if you knew your name. I knew you knew your name. You know, I was just saying if what he's put. You know, that's all.
Don't worry.
I get you. Well, thank you for talking to people like us. First, so. I guess the best place to start is this Miss Durham thing, isn't it? Let's start with that. Obviously, you could probably tell, having met me and Ron, we're not that clued up on the pageantry world.
No.
However, do respect it and appreciate it. So let us know what the whole process is. What is Miss Durham first?
Okay. Neither am I, to be fair. I'm new to this journey. And basically, there's 2 ways to get into a pageant for the Miss Great Britain. There's either attending a regional heat and competing against other girls, or if there's, for example, a place like Durham that doesn't have a regional heat, they like interview you and possibly can give you the title through that way. So I went that way. I didn't have to compete against any other girls to get the title.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, but you have to have like a Zoom call with the judges and things, and I guess they'll have to like you as a person.
Yeah, you have to have that rapport or whatever you call it. Yeah.
So basically, I guess once you kind of, get in there, the title's yours and it's kind of up to you what you do with it. I've always been into cars, so kind of giving me the Miss Durham allows me to have a lot more opportunities in like the car world. And I use it to try and get women into cars and, into typically male-dominated environments. So that's kind of how I use the title.
Right.
Again, all the misses for the different regions go into the regional heat in October, where they all compete for Miss Great Britain.
Okay. That's in October of this year?
Yeah.
Okay, so what will be expected of you then?
So you'll have an interview. You'll also have to like submit your portfolio for the year, what you've done,
right,
and stuff like that. And then you will have to do like the typical pageant of like having like an interview, a round where you go up on stage and dress in an evening gown and look all pretty. But it's not necessarily just about being pretty now. There's a lot more to it. But yeah.
Such as?
About how you use a title and your impact using the title and like what you would do with the title.
Sounds very 2026, doesn't it?
Yeah, and about change. So like, for example, Miss Great Britain last year, unfortunately, her mum died in a car crash.
Oh dear.
So, and when she was working, she didn't get time off to have leave. So she was campaigning and had a government campaign to be able to have like bereavement leave for at least like 2 weeks after like someone obviously in your family's died. So she then made a government petition, and that has actually now led to that being put in place now. Because there's no actual like law or no actual thing to say that employers allow you to have time off when a family member dies. So
is that really a thing?
Yeah.
So is that not compassionate leave?
No.
No.
I don't think. I'm not clued up on it because it's not my campaign. But
normally,
I don't think
most places give a day.
A day?
A day.
A day?
Yeah, so like if
you lose your nearest and dearest and they give you a day.
Yeah, that's what most places
All right,
offer.
get your crying done, right? You've got till 9 o'clock in the morning, right? Have a cry, and then I want to hear nothing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I know.
That's what it's
What
like.
is this
but
world?
it's mental. One thing I did want to say is because obviously you reached out to us and stuff like that, and until we met you, I had no idea England had a pageantry whatsoever. I knew America did, and obviously you see all the videos and stuff like obsessed parents with like dead young kids and stuff like that. And tiaras and everything like that. And it's like parents arguing with each other, like, my daughter's better than your daughter and all this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh my God, is that in England? Now, it might not be like that. Like I said, these videos are from 10, 20 years ago now. But how did you come to find out about all this? Like, have you known about it from like when you were younger growing up and you knew this was a thing and I maybe just didn't? Or how did you sort of come to find out about it and then decide, actually, I'm going to go for that?
So I actually do nothing. Again, I was doom scrolling on TikTok.
Really? Is that how it started?
And I saw the video of Alice winning Miss Great Britain. And I used to do dancing when I was younger, but once you get to like a certain age, like once you get past 18, they stop dancing schools and that for when you're older. So I miss being on stage. I miss kind of being part of something and working towards something. And when I saw that, obviously I like to model in front of my car and like to be all over Instagram. So I thought, you know what, that sounds like the next challenge. So then I just put myself forward online on their website, and I kind of had a little research about what it entails, but I didn't properly know, to be fair. And I just put myself forward, and then here I am.
But
fast forward a few months and you've got the ribbon. What's it called?
The sash.
A sash.
yeah. But it's mental because there's so much that goes into it. Like from what I've learned, it's not just all right, you apply, you get it or you don't. If you do get it, then it doesn't just end at that. Like you have to do so many different things. Like you just as a recent, you just did the whole pageant walking training and stuff like that, and how to walk in pageantry, and I was like, that can't be real.
That really hurts, like I'm a sloucher and I've got hypermobility, so my joints are really flexible, so I always stand weird because obviously I'm compensating for how my body is. And after that, like I had the worst butt ache ever. Like after walking for an hour, like my hips were hurting, my butt was hurting, like it was horrible. And like just even like teaching you to stick like your boobs out, your butt out and things like that, like that was a learning curve for me. I was like, I thought I was all right at walking, but clearly not.
Clearly not.
But it's a different type, though. It's like...
Yeah. Do you get any, like, pushback from all of this? Because, obviously, on the sort of area of 2026 and inclusive this and, all blah, 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 like, there is a lot of people who think that ladies that are presenting themselves as trophies kind of thing, because that could be categorised as what you're doing, really, that... Some people don't like that. Do you get any nasty comments?
Yeah, I have done in the past.
Right, let's get them.
Over in December, there was this incident. I'm basically part of the Abarth Club in the whole country. And
Abarth, just for our international viewers, an Abarth is a Fiat 500 car, but it is the nippy one.
Yeah, the nippy one,
The nippy one,
yeah. And there was a couple of individuals who made like some AI content of me and making fun of me and that and stuff like that. And it got quite bad because we were making up rumours about me and things like that. And it wasn't very nice, but that was before I got the title, because I obviously put my face all over Instagram and things. Some people obviously will say that, you know, we like to follow people for their car, not for the driver and things like that. But then equally, I'm just like, well, unfollow me then. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, also like for example, on YouTube last night, when I had my like interview with Affinity Radio, I basically said that when I first joined the Abarth Club, there was a bunch of lads who I'd ask a question and they deliberately tell me the wrong answer to the question just to basically catch me out and make me look stupid. So I said that there's a little bit of deep-rooted sexism. And then again, someone was commenting saying, well, that's not sexism and da-da-da-da in the comments. But really it is, because I wouldn't do it to a lad, would they? Let's be honest.
No. I mean, the thing is, though, boys will be boys. And I'm, you know, just to be the sitting on the fence, glass half full guy, you know, sort of defending the boys in the world. Like, maybe they didn't mean it. You know, they're just having a bit of boys being silly. Yeah. Boys are silly sometimes, and they're thick half the time. They don't think about what they're doing, you know, just a bit brutal bants, isn't it, sometimes? But I just wondered, like, you know, if you go back to like the 1920s, you know, it was a very different world then. Yeah. And, you know, women were trophies. You know, they were spoken, not spoken to, unfortunately. That's the way the world was. Like, you shut up. You know, that was done. People were smacking each other and stuff like that. So it was a different world. But, and obviously things like pageantry and stuff like that was wonderful. You know, everybody liked it. But nowadays there's so much, like, you know, what's the correct word? Like, disagreeing with this sort of stuff, and someone's got a problem with this, and inclusivity that, and I just wondered if you had stuff like that from it. But other than the boys, there's nothing particular.
There's been a couple of comments on some of my news articles and things like that of people saying, like, I thought pageantry was a thing of the past, but it's not like how it used to be. It's not about like getting up on a stage. It is about getting up on a stage and being pretty, but it's more about what you represent as a woman rather than like how you look.
Do you think, possibly not for yourself, but for some people who may well be in this competition with you, do you think it could be, you know, that there are areas you can talk about, like people not eating properly, you know, trying to stay skinny or taking skinny jabs or this and this and this. Do you think there's like some people that might be taking it too far, and there might be, you know, maybe... let me ask you, are you doing it the healthy way? Are you... Yeah,
I actually went through a little bit. This was not to do with pageantry. When I used to work in audiology, I was so stressed out all the time. I sound stupid, but I didn't feel like eating. So, like, I began to just, like, on a lunchtime, like, I'd be so stressed. My next person would be coming in and that. I just began to not eat. And then, like, I realised actually when I got home, I hadn't eaten anything all day. But it's just because you're so stressed, you don't really think about food. And, like, obviously, then I'd kind of had a bit of an unhealthy relationship in the way, like, it's not that I love food, I love to eat. But when I'm stressed out, I don't. And because I was stressed out all the time, I did lose a little bit of weight. But since kind of leaving audiology and, like, working from home and things, like, that's gone now. So I think it's more of a stress, which I can imagine. I've not really been close enough to any of the other pageant girls to really comment or to see anything, because this is my first year. But I can imagine stress does a lot to you. And like, yeah. And especially I have a bit of like reflux and things like that. So sometimes when I do eat, it makes me feel like not very, you know, a bit like gassy and things and stuff. And like, I remember when I was trying on prom dress, I'd had a Manjaro's, like a Parmo. And I was like, and then when I was in my dress, I was like, oh my God, why have I done this? But
what's your Parmo choice? Hot shot, yeah?
No, just normal.
Normal? Normal. Oh, that's a young person's answer.
It is.
Put another 20 years on, you'll be getting the hot shots.
Yeah, 100%.
Looking for that kick.
I can't do that, mate.
But yeah, I don't think any of the actual, and not that I've seen any of the girls necessarily like don't eat or anything like that. Again, a lot of people in the pageant have different body types and things like that. So it's not really about being skinny, if that makes sense.
Like, what is the current state? Because from a ignorant male who doesn't know anything about it, for me, it's like, who's going to win Miss Great Britain? Well, it's the one that looks most like a Barbie doll. Like, that's the way that it normally used to be. Like, it doesn't have to be blonde, could be brunette, but they've got that perfect, what would be considered the perfect, you know, sex symbol, if you like. That's kind of what it is. But I imagine, like, it's not like that, really.
Not at all.
There's sort of larger girls doing it, and this, that, and the other, and
it's not necessarily about like how you look. Like, I think whoever won Miss Kent, she had a baby like 8 weeks ago or something. Like, wow. It's not about how you look figure-wise or anything anymore. Right. It's more about your portfolio, what you've done in the year, which is why things like going on things like this is important because it raises awareness and things. So and it's about your campaign as well as a person.
So like, because this is something that through these lovely notes that Ron gave me, I've seen a few with the wrong spelling of names, I think. I've seen a few things about sort of causes and look, my eyesight is so bad. Petition to help hypermobility screening in schools and I can't even people with invisible conditions. So this is something, learning disabilities. I can see a lot of things that you're helping or you're involved in. Yeah. But just tell us a little bit about that if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah. So I have hypermobility.
What is hypermobility?
So it's like really, really stretchy joints. I'll show you, but you'll probably freak out. And so when I was younger, I broke my arm when I was 3 and I fell on the bathroom floor and I broke my elbow in 6 places. Which, you know, if you're freaked out of that, you're going to be freaked out in a minute. But I'll explain it first before I show you. So basically...
Can I just stop this story 1 second? Have you got this young lady a drink?
Yeah, it's over there, I think.
Right. Okay. Well, bring the lady the drink. But carry on.
But yeah, so basically, normal people's joints are kind of meant to have a limit. Like you can only like bend them so much and then they stop.
Of course.
But super flexible people don't have that limit. Thank you. So like for example, my knees sit back into my legs when I stand and things like that.
So like backwards like that?
Yeah, like so if I like stuff like that.
What?
So my arm. But if you think you're going to be freaked out in a second.
What, it gets better than that?
Yeah, it gets better than that.
Wow.
Gets better.
That's cool. Do the arm again.
Right, so that's that arm. So that's with normal hypermobility. So that's because my joints are too flexible. So this was the one I was broken. Don't puke, don't be sick, don't. Just, you're going to be freaked out. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
So that's my bone.
I can see. Is that still broken?
No.
Wow.
So
is that not painful?
Sometimes. So when I was younger, they didn't want to like pin. They didn't want to pin my arm because I was so young because they didn't want it to fuse badly.
Yeah.
So then they left it and they just potted it for like, I think I must have potted it for about 3 months and then like took it off and let me have my arm back, I guess. So this is how it's healed. So because I broke my elbow in 6 places, you can kind of see like you've got a point there and you've got this squarey bit at the bottom because obviously my elbow's been so mangled. Yeah. So like that is what it looks like. So like obviously I'm exaggerating because I'm moving my arm down, but like...
Yeah, it's a decent bend that. Like.
Yeah, so I've got no bone there. It like starts further in and then it obviously thingies out.
Well, in theory, I get it. Like, if you ever looked at skeletons and stuff, like, like, there's no reason to say why it can't keep going backwards. It just doesn't.
Yeah, because your muscles.
Yeah, it's just a ball and socket, isn't it? Yeah. Like, same with your knees, I guess. In theory, why can't your knees come all the way up the other way? Because it is just a ball and socket, right? Yeah, because
your muscles limit it. So like your
tendons and ligaments
don't stretch that far. So hence,
right. So
but
that's
ours
what's stopping
do.
Us. Right. Okay.
So ours do. So hence I can like do stuff like this. Like, I don't know.
I'm sure there must be like I don't know, like things you can do that like, because that looks like, I know you say it's a condition, but like my brain's just thinking of it as like a superpower.
Yeah.
I'm now thinking like, hang on a minute, like you could like rob banks, like you could fit through windows, like there's shit you can do that other people can't do. Like, what's that thing Houdini used to do? He like escaped from shit.
Yeah, we got that with his arms or whatever.
Yeah. Like it sounds like a bit of like Houdini. Maybe he had that hypermobility.
Yeah, I think the problem is with mine, for example, like if I'm at a car event all day and I've stood, because my knees look back and like I've also got a little bit of a problem with my back, but like I get really, really bad neck ache and stuff like that. I get like in the cold, or if I do these party tricks too often, I get like pain in my arm, which I've been to the doctors and they basically said there's nothing you can do. Like
get on with it.
Yeah, and if I put my pressure on my elbow for more than 30 seconds, my arm goes numb, and I think that's how my nerves must be now. My arm's broken, but there's nothing they can do. I mean, when I was 3, they did say I could have it like re-broken and like reformed, but
didn't fancy it.
Well, no. And then obviously I've been going to doctors, but they're just like, there's nothing we can do, so it is what it is. I've got a dodgy arm, but you can't see it when it's bent.
No,
I was going to say if you'd never have mentioned it, I would have never known.
Yeah, same.
Like, it's like we say, it's one of those. Is it invisible disabilities?
Yeah,
but hang on. Sorry to interrupt again.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing how this is a disability. It's just something that your body does. It's like saying like some people can crack the knuckles. Like it's like saying that people who can't crack the knuckles have a disability. Like, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really affect anything, right?
It does. So,
does.
So basically, because my skeleton's not stable, so like my joints don't lock. So I'm constantly compensating, trying not to. So it's easy for me to injure myself because I don't have any limit. Like sometimes if I get up, I'll stretch too far because I can do it, and then I'll pull stuff. Or if I'm stood up for too long, like outside, like I lock my knees back, and then I'm thingied weird, and then I get neck ache, backache. It's a lot of chronic pain, and also with it, because my tissues are too flexible, it doesn't just go to your joints. For example, you have. I should know this because I used to be an audiologist, but you have like a kind of like a valve at the bottom which stops basically your stomach acid coming up. I can't remember what the name is. But because I'm too flexible and my tissues are too flexible, that doesn't work. So I have really, really bad acid reflux, sort of stuff like that. Again, like a lot of people with hypermobility, their eardrums are kind of pushed more back than they should be. It's basically you have every tissue in your body is too flexible, which again allows you to hurt yourself or get bruised easily. Like it just, it's a superpower, I guess, because you're really flexible. But then sometimes you're too flexible.
I guess just thinking there, somebody, I enjoy going to the gymnasium, and moving heavy things, and I'm thinking, God, if I had hypermobility, that would probably be a problem. Like weights, and you're not doing squat racks and stuff like that with iffy knees. You're just not doing it.
No, it's like, for example, like when I used to be a dancer, like my dance teacher always used to tell me off because I used to lock my knees, which you're not supposed to do because that to me is straight, but it's not straight. And I could never do handstands, especially with this arm because it doesn't lock. Like the forces won't go through my arms properly. Like I never. Like even when I did my walking training, like last Friday, I tend to not bend this arm. I tend to just kind of leave it because I don't know why. My right is my dominant arm, obviously because of my injury. So I kind of leave that, and then obviously that means it's less strong. So even if I carry a shopping bag in that hand, like it gets tiring after a while compared to my right one because I've just not really done anything. I think with hypermobility you are supposed to kind of do a bit more exercise and try and like, I guess, strengthen it, but it's...
So that's basically, so because of the condition that you have, that's drew you into doing things because, I mean, hang on, hypermobility is an invisible condition, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a learning difficulty.
No.
So what happened to how did you get involved in learning difficulty? Just something that you're passionate about?
So I also do some work for JPC Motorsport, so JPC Community Hub, which is actually just around the corner from you guys.
Really?
And they do daycare for like individuals with like quite complex conditions to give respite away from their parents and things. And then they have like a community hub for the bit more abled people where they can go and like learn how to bake and learn life skills and stuff like that. So at the weekend I was at the Motorist and we had a supercar like passenger ride day where we basically allowed people with disabilities and obviously mental disabilities into cars and allowed them to like have a passenger ride like Lamborghinis and things.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I remember at the weekend there was this little lad. I think he had muscular dystrophy. That's what his dad said. And his sisters had gone out in the supercar and he was really excited for them and he was smiling and he was. But you could tell deep down he wanted to go. Oh. So I went over with my microphone and I was like, "Oh, like, are you excited to go in the car? Are you excited?" Because I thought he was queuing up, but he was queuing up for his sisters. And he went, "Oh, I can't get into the car because I need people to lift me." It was so sad. So then we got a bunch of people and actually managed to like lift him into the car. We did actually manage to get him a passenger ride.
Love that.
But I think it was so sad because that kid clearly felt like a burden, and clearly he was so amazing in the way he was supporting his sisters. I know, but deep down he wanted to do that too. But the fact he was just willing to kind of compromise and just like be happy for his sisters and not take a passenger ride, like that was really sad to me. I was like almost in tears. I was like, I can't believe that.
That is pretty brutal.
Yeah. Especially at a young age as well.
Yeah.
How old was he?
I'm not sure actually. I didn't ask his age.
Bless him. Well, it makes sense, and to be honest, you sound like a good egg. To be honest, you're doing good things.
Yeah.
I like that. So I keep mentioning, because this is where I'm going to sound even more stupid than I do about the pageantry. What's an audiologist?
So an audiologist is basically somebody who does hearing tests, hearing aids, and basically is all about the ears. So I don't do that anymore. I've got my qualification. I went to Anglia Ruskin University in Cambridge to get my hearing care assistant qualification.
How long does that take to do that thing?
It was 9 months. You learn from home, and then you have a week of exams down in Cambridge where the practical and also written exams.
So not at the end of that course, you're an audiologist?
No, you're like classed as like an assistant audiologist.
Okay. How do you become an audiologist?
You have to do another 2 years.
Full-time study?
Yeah, and working as well.
Huh. So you have to get a job somewhere?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And then still carry on with this course?
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. That's a chew.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I've spent a lot of my life around audiologists. I have a
noticed.
hearing aid, so get that from genetics.
Audiologist friends.
But like, I have a doctor. I can't remember. Is it Harry? I think.
Shout out Harry.
Yeah, he's like me go-to. Like
Yeah,
I see him all the time, and he's like told me the lengths that he's gone to get where he is, like the amount of stuff he had to do, like even aside from like the actual just the audiologist degree, to get where he is like one of the main doctors. It's mental. Like he was talking like 8 to 10 years worth of like learning.
What?
Yeah.
To be an audiologist?
Like to get the level where he's at, like he's like head audiologist or something. I think it's Darlow.
Oh, right. What's his last name? I don't
Couldn't tell. It's been a while now. I was meant to go and see him last week.
He'll be an ENT. Like, is he an ENT surgeon?
I think so. Yeah. But like, he was telling me, because I said to him, I was like, how do you get into this? Like, and he was telling me, he was like, you don't want to know.
Yeah.
I was like, all right,
it's
okay.
really complicated. Like,
like all I remember is he was like, I spent years and years to get where I am today, and he said, and I can still go high. He said, but like the stuff it takes.
Isn't it kind of like a doctor? Isn't that kind
Pretty
of what it is?
Yeah.
So the ENT are doctors, yeah.
So you can call yourself doctor if you're an ENT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So this Harry, he's a doctor. He's Dr. Harry.
But they don't ENT surgery for some reason. There's a rule to it. They don't call themselves doctors. They call themselves Mister instead. I'm not sure why, but all ENT people don't call themselves doctor, but they do have.
So to be an audiologist, is there a degree at any point you've got to do?
Yeah.
It is a degree.
Yeah. So I did my level 4, so I did like a foundation-y degree, and then the rest is like the become an audiologist.
So and the degree is in audiology.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Why audiology?
My mum has hearing aids.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So she's, I would get her age wrong now. She's about 45, and she basically was born with glue ear, and I think it's linked to probably hypermobility, but her eardrums are like retracted, so that's what we call where they're pushed back. So her eardrums are pushed back against her middle ear bones, which meant that one of her middle ear bones is actually eroded away. So you have like a little chain that it's a bit like a drum. So you have a little chain, then you have a little like kind of hammer at the end, which like pushes against your organ of hearing, and that kind of moves a fluid inside, and it moves the little hairs, and that's how you hear. She's missing one of them little fragments, so that's kind of why she can't hear.
Right.
So, funny enough, she doesn't actually wear hearing aids right now. She was getting loads of congestion. Funnily enough, she stopped drinking Coca-Cola. So I stopped drinking Coca-Cola last year.
How have you done that? I'll never know.
So she stopped drinking Coca-Cola, and she's got a cold at the minute, to be fair. But she stopped drinking Coca-Cola, and she has no like fluid behind her ear anymore. So it's improved her hearing a lot more. So she doesn't have to wear hearing aids anymore.
Just from stopping Coca-Cola?
Yeah, so she must have what I have, so reflux. So it must be the fizzy and the caramel and the Coke is kind of irritating, I guess, her esophagus and causing like the refluxy, the fluid come back up.
Huh.
Should I give it a go?
Yeah.
See if it works for me.
If you don't mind me asking, I was going to ask, I saw you've got hearing aids, if you don't mind talking about it.
Yeah. Granddad's got hearing aids. Mum got hearing aids. So it was either me or my brother gets them. My brother was born very premature, so I got given the hearing aids. So, I grew up like not really knowing any better. Getting all your tests done as kids and that, and you're like, you can't hear that well. So all through school and everything, I've had operations. I've had 8 sets of grommets.
Right, okay.
Normally in like both ears or just one ear, depending on. So like both ears used to be really bad. My right one improved a lot. Left one never did. So I ended up getting they were like, look, we can keep trying grommets. Bear in mind, this time I'm like 12 years in.
What's a grommet?
It's a little, very, very little, thin plastic tube, I want to say. And I don't know how it helps, but it's meant to sort of help. Audiologists might be able to tell us a bit more.
Yeah, I'll be able to tell you. So basically, I've actually seen grommets close up in people's ears before. Because I used to do earwax removal as well.
Right.
So I used to remove earwax from people's ears.
Right.
Basically, what they do is sometimes the reason why you can't hear is because you've got fluid behind your eardrum.
Yeah.
And that basically kind of stops the sound from coming in. So what they do is they cut a little hole in your eardrum and pop a tube in that sits in your eardrum. And that basically allows that fluid to leak out and then allows your eardrum to move again. Or equally, if your eardrum is really pushed back because of the pressure. We basically have these little tubes called eustachian tubes that vent to the back of our ears. And if they are closed, sometimes it can be like, for example, people with Down syndrome, they typically have smaller tubes, which means they can have issues with their ears. But them tubes basically close and then the pressure's off. So it's kind of a bit like as if you were to go on a plane. And your eardrums move back. So sometimes popping that tube there allows kind of the air to flow back out again and allows them to move again.
Right.
So that's why they've put them in. It'll either be fluid or things like that.
But like, obviously growing up as a kid, every time you used to go swimming as a kid or you get in the shower, you've got earplugs in because you can't get them wet. And I remember we used to do swimming when I was in primary school, and I had this headband what I used to like sit and then go on my ears while I had earplugs in because I could never get water in my ears. No. But no, I had that 8 times and they went, look, we can keep trying grommets to see if it changes anything, or we can do hearing aid. And I thought, I'm sick of the operations now. Like, love anaesthetic, but can't keep doing it no more. Like, so, and then, but now I go for checkups and student doctors love to look at my ear because I apparently have quite a unique ear. So
I wonder what it is.
I couldn't tell you. All I know is I sit down.
You have a unique ear.
Yeah, I don't know. I sit down, doctor has a look and they go, wow, you've got quite a unique ear. Can we shoot and doctor take? Oh, yeah, go on, mate.
You probably have the same as what my mum has, I reckon. It's called atiolectasis. It's where like your eardrum.
I ain't got a clue. All I know is they love having a look at my ear. So
they love it, do they?
Yeah, I love it, mate. Wow. So I get my ear test. They get to look at my ear.
You know, John, your ear could be in like a medical book somewhere.
Maybe.
I wish I brought my scope now because I could have had a look.
I know, yeah, you could have had a full on like
examination out, like. But no, like I can't complain. I mean, it's practically an AirPod from your NHS. It's Bluetooth, everything like that. So they bang on. No, doesn't yours tell you what's happening on WhatsApp and shit like that? Don't you get like messages too? Yeah. Like if someone's ringing me, I have a ringtone in my ear and everything like that.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So that's all it is. Like when my mates ask like what it's like to have a hearing aid. If you have a microphone and you blow into the microphone, that's what the wind's like. If it's heavy wind,
right.
And then all it is just like having an AirPod in. Right. When you want it helps you hear better, and I'm sure I think AirPods now they actually have a thing where like it'll boost like sound, so it acts as a little bit of a hearing aid, but it just helps you hear better, so I can like balance it out and everything. And then if I'm watching videos or anything like that, I just play it in my ear instead of out on my phone.
Oh,
so
100%.
It's bang on. Oh, and I can talk to people on the phone through my hearing aid.
I once had this woman who I went on a home visit and we set her up with some hearing aids, and she had them set up so when the Ring doorbell like rang, it would tell her in her ears because she lived alone. Yeah. So obviously she liked to have that aspect of being able to know someone's at the door, and he used to say, someone's at the front door through her hearing aids.
I love that.
And that is but modern technology, Like
I know, yeah. Back in the day, what did they used to have big metal things coming out their ear, didn't they once? I'm sure I've seen that in old pictures. No?
Not a clue. Not a clue.
Well, I think if you have a look at the very first hearing aids, I think you'd be quite shocked.
Have a look.
Let's have a look.
I think it was like a little box they used to wear across their body with like a little amplifier on.
I'm sure, or maybe I'm thinking of a record player.
No, you might be right, like.
Ear trauma.
See, I knew I wasn't mental.
Fair enough, mate.
That was an actual thing, that. So basically, you got a trumpet sticking out your ear, basically.
But there's loads of different types of ones now, like, my girlfriend's little sister, hers isn't from genetics. She jumped in a pond and got an ear infection, went bad. And now she's got one like, where she's like, it's in her head, if that makes sense.
Cochlear implant.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so it's like actually not in her head, but like it's not, she doesn't put it in her ear like what I do. Hers is just always in. And like she was telling us, like she hears sounds from her forehead or something like that. Like,
hang on.
I'm not following. I don't know.
No, whoa. Let's go back here. Let's just go back. What do you mean that it's in her head? They've done an operation and put something inside of her head.
Yeah, Nicole, what's it called?
It's cochlear implant. It's called
Ocular.
Cochlear. Yeah.
As in CK or with a Q?
So am I?
So COCHLER. There you go.
You're a proper audiologist, aren't you?
Yeah.
You proper know all the words, you know, like all the lingo.
I was
So
trained
like
by
that.
someone who was really, 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 really good. He was one of the top audiologists up here. Yeah.
Huh. So it's actually in your head.
But that's not the scary part. So what they do is they cut open behind your ear. They shove a little tiny like metal wire into that, you know, the organ I was talking about with the fluid in the head.
Mm-hmm.
They stick that little wire inside there. So it's not just on your head, it's like inside where your organ of hearing is. And then it transfers the sound through there.
Yeah.
And what it does is it like emits a little electrical current, so it moves the hairs for you. Because sometimes them hairs die, which is what we call sensory neural hearing loss. So that's hearing loss by the nerve. You've got two types of hearing loss: conductive, which is probably what yours is.
Yeah.
Then you've got sensory neural, which is by the nerve. So what it does is it stimulates them nerves with electricity and moves them again, and that's how it allows people to hear when their nerves are dead.
Huh.
Yeah.
Dr. Nicole sorting it for us. Yeah. Love this. Right, okay. So sorry, Ron, I proper interrupted your story, mate. So this is a real thing. I thought you were making it up, I'll be honest.
So she's got one like this, but like I say, it's they're all different types now. And like, I don't know how she said it. I don't know if it's vibrations or something like that, but she said from a forehead she can, I don't know if she can like feel someone talking or like feel it working, or I don't know. But she's got one like that now, and she said like, the ear infection she used to get and everything from it, it's like from the old ones, like what I've got. She said it's bang on now. So
just your timelines, if you don't mind me asking, Nicole, how old are you?
22.
22. You seem like you've done a lot. And like I hadn't done much by 22. So this, you know, when you worked at the place opposite where I worked, was that before or after audiology? Before, okay. What were you doing there, marketing?
I got my level 3 digital marketing.
Got it. Okay, so digital marketing, then audiologist, now Miss Durham.
Yeah, but I'm getting back into marketing now.
Okay.
So, because obviously Miss Durham has kind of inspired my like content creation and things like that. So I realised actually how much I miss doing marketing really. And I was really quite good at it, I'd say.
What type of marketing, if you don't mind me asking?
So when I used to work at Town and City, which was opposite you guys, I used to do property. So it was about blocks of apartments and things. I used to do at the website, all the brochures, leaflets and things like that. And then when I used to work at Audiology, I used to do the marketing there as well for like the Facebook and things, and I used to edit a few videos. I've also done the marketing for our Abarth Club as well. So manage the Instagram and stuff like that.
So get onto it, Abarth Club.
Yeah.
That's a point. I like cats too.
Yeah.
And cats, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But it is. There isn't that many ladies that are into this.
Not really, no.
No, but is it right? You're an admin for this Abarth Club, and the Abarth Club is basically everybody that's got an Abarth. That you have to have an Abarth to be in it, right?
Yeah. Well, we have the exception to the rule. We have a few Fiat 500s, and my friend Jamie has a obnoxiously loud punto.
Right.
Which is not an Abarth punto, it's just a normal punto. So we're not prestigious in like who we let in, as long as it's like more or less Fiat or Italian. And
how many members have you got?
I think on Facebook we have about 500 in the Facebook group. We have loads of followers on Instagram and things.
Right, okay.
But we probably when we come to events, our big turnout is probably about 30 cars.
Okay. So what you all just meet up somewhere and like look at each other's cars and stuff? Yeah,
so we have proper events. Like we have an event at Raby Castle.
They do car shows there,
yeah,
don't they?
We do car shows. Like we've got Beamish soon, where we park on like the fairground fields and then get a day into Beamish. So it's like, it's not just kind of parking in Tesco's car park. They're organised. Like,
yeah.
We're not getting McDonald's and razzing around in our Fiestas. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah. I remember them days. I was that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun times. So, it is. I say, I know you mentioned at the beginning, you had a little bit of like grief from some boys being big meanies at the beginning. But it is unusual. I've never met a lady that's proper car advocate. I've never met her before.
Obviously, I've heard you like your supercar Blondie and everything, who's like been around for years and stuff now. But like, obviously, in terms of motorsport, for me, it's always been like your Formula One and stuff like that. And don't get us wrong, I've done me days of Croft for the Touring Car Championship, but even then there wasn't really much for women, whereas you come into modern day now and it's changing a lot more. In terms of, I wanted to touch back on the Abarth Club and how has it changed since from you've had that experience to now you become an admin? Has it become a lot sort of, I'm not saying it was a bad place to begin with, but sort of like the experience what you had, I'm assuming it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. So when I first joined, obviously I was just a regular punter. I was like 20 years old and things. But I feel like back when I first joined, like there was 2 other older men admins who run it with me. So it's literally me and 2 50-year-olds just like...
Okay.
like,
and they have a bath too.
Yeah, they have a bath too. It was very kind of like back in the day, it was like, well, we kind of run it like this. Like we do these events, and if I would like, as a punter, if I put something forward, it'd be like, oh, we did that last year and people didn't like it. It was a bit like, I guess, not like they did know what they were talking about. Like from being an admin now, there is some events where we're like, we have done that and it ended up that great, so we won't do it again. But it was more kind of like they're now more open to ideas, having probably a more female role on the admin team, and there's a lot more girls as well, and also a lot more like women. Like there's one member who I love called Michelle. She's a little bit older than me, but she is in Abarth and she loves to come to the events. Like she brings her mum along as well.
Aww.
And like that really, it's become more of less like a group to be like, oh, look at my dyno graph, look at like look at how fast my car is. It's more become like of a community, and like for other people as well, even people that don't own an Abarth who just want a day out, still like cars. Like it's a lot more, like I'd say, inclusive of everyone now than what it probably used to be. Not that it was bad, but you know.
And Abarth, just fill me in again. A Fiat 500 Abarth. How nippy are they? What engine's in that? What we're talking?
It's a, correct me if I'm wrong, I should know this. I think it's a 1.4.
Is it a turbo?
Yeah, it's got a turbo. Huh. So there's 3 different kind of like specs to it. There's a 140 brake, 160 brake, which is what my old car was, and there's a 180 brake. So I've got that 180 brake one now.
Wow.
Which is, people would be like, look at it and be like, oh, it's not a lot. But for how small the car is, it weighs like a ton.
Oh, yeah. Like a little box like that. Yeah. You can soon shift it like. Yeah,
and people always mod them as well, like remap them and put on more stuff.
So it's a fun little car to drive.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I used to admire one. There used to be one near my gym. Every morning I'd go past it, a yellow one. It must have been like one of the first ones. I used to always look at it and I always think, do I like that? But you know, like obviously the arrogant masculine side of me, oh, that's a girl's car, can't have that. But then one day I seen the guy driving it and he was like, proper cool dude. And I was like, oh my God, like he's proper cool, like gorgeous.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, like a lot of actually like, you'd think it would be a women's car and that like women would be typically like an Abarth owner, but actually it's more men. Like sometimes I feel like humbling these men when they're going on about the dynagraphs, like the Fiat 500, like even I know that, like chill out. But yeah,
I think Fiats have done that. Like they've done it in different cars. That engine, the 1.4 turbo, I think it used to be in Puntos as well.
Yeah, I think it's 1.4 T-Jet. That's what the engine. Yeah, but mine's an auto.
Automatic?
Yeah.
I'm an automatic driver
so
too.
It's not a typical automatic though. It's still a manual engine with a robot controlling it. So you'll still roll back on hills. You'll still like find the biting point with your accelerator. Like you have flappy paddles which can change up the gears, but it's not like a DSG. It's nothing like that.
Really?
So you have to still use the paddle shifters to change gear?
You don't know. It'll change gear for you.
Oh, right, okay.
But like you do have that option as well. But like, for example, if I'm like on a hill waiting to come out of a junction, I'll have to put my handbrake on and then like find the biting point and then go.
Did you drive manual before?
No, I don't have a manual license.
That's why. Yeah.
Which is like everyone's gonna scream at me and be like, you know, you talk about cars and that, but you don't have a manual license. But
it's a harder world to get into at this point. Like if you were in America, do automatic, 100%. Yeah. But like in England, I maybe I don't know. But like nowadays, it's grown a lot more. But if you go back 3-4 years, getting an automatic car was not easy.
A lot more expensive as well.
Yeah, a lot more expensive. Like, so that's why I did manual. Don't get us wrong. Now I sit in loads of traffic because of the A19, and I'm like, I wish I had an automatic. You know, I'd love to rest my left leg now, but I can't do that. But it's one of the reasons why I went for it is if I ever was in a situation where I needed to drive a manual car, I can do it. Like if, for example, some point in the future I need to take someone somewhere for a medical emergency or something like that, I didn't have my car with me, but they had theirs and it was a manual. I can do it.
Yeah,
that was one of the only reasons why I wanted to do it. And plus, like I say, I didn't have that extra cash to get a manual. I mean, automatic.
I genuinely can't see how anybody would pick a manual driving car over an automatic now that I have one.
Yeah. It's a stigma thing, isn't it? They like to say, I like to watch you drive it, I like to feel me moving through the gears.
I'd love an automatic. I'm so sick of it now.
The first day you ever do it, right? The first day you get your automatics. I'd never even driven one before. I knew what they were, but I'd never driven one. I'd always driven manuals like nippy Fiestas and 3 Series BMs, things like this. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, you can decide how far you're screaming it. You know what I mean? It's fun. Yeah, drop it down the gear, get up there. Yeah. But the first day I ever got, I'll never forget it. I'd driven to London to buy this. Back then it was a 2000 reg E-Class Mercedes. Proper old, like, obviously, you know, I bought it off, let's say, an urban gentleman. Let's just say it was low to the ground. You know what I mean? It was one of them, yeah. All nice wheels on it, lowered down. It was a gangster car. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to say, it looks like mafia car.
Yeah, it was like a mafia car. I bought it off someone who looked like he was selling drugs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. He had a gold tooth. You can picture the rest. You know. But yeah, I remember the first day getting in it and like not really knowing. Like I'd like literally Googled stuff. You know, that's the way it was. I'd Googled like what to do. All right, D, and then like all of a sudden the car's moving on its own. You're like, oh, whoa, whoa. And I remember like within moments of driving down the street and hearing the thing do the gears. You know, at first you want them to grab something, but and then you think, oh, and then you can start. You know, you can text and you drive. You know, it's much easier now. None of this, you just do this on your phone all day. You know,
Allegedly.
Easy. Literally.
Don't say that on the podcast.
No, say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it is. That's what it was. Top left. Exactly like that.
This one.
Yep.
Nice.
Exactly like that.
You like your Mercedes, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Any reason why?
Yes. When I was a kid, it's a bit of a heartfelt one, but like we didn't have much money growing up, right? There wasn't a lot of money floating about. And there used to be an advert. I've told this to the people who know me now will be rolling their eyes listening to this. It's one of my like, oh, shut up, Dan. But this is really it. I was a little kid and we used to live in a council estate and there used to be an advert on the telly, a Mercedes advert. And it was Janis Joplin singing Mercedes-Benz over the top. She did a song called "Oh Lord, Won't You Buy Me a Mercedes-Benz." It was from the 70s or whatever, from the 60s. Really nice, you know, and it was like a black and white video of this car driving around and her singing it. And from that moment, like the words in the song, like it just sort of meant something to me. Do you know what I mean? Like if you've got a Mercedes, this is the advert, yeah. It does have audio.
Do you want the audio on?
Well, obviously, we're here now, mate.
My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. With home on attack, no head from my face. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. With home on attack, no help from my friends. So Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? That's it.
Yeah, okay, that price.
40,000,
imagine that now. Jesus. You wouldn't get a second-hand 10-year-old one now
A
for that,
bag's
would
cost
you?
that.
I know, yeah. But yeah, that was what it was, and that advert, and then, you know, I mean, being young, I never really knew what Mercedes were, really. I wasn't into cars, you know, I was into football, but then started clicking that, oh, so that's them, and sort of pieced all two and two together, and it sort of meant something, really. It meant I pined after one. Do you know, like my first car was a Nissan Micra. That's where I was, an M-Race Nissan Micra. Ford Fiestas. Yeah, sounds good when you say I had a BMW 3 Series. Mate, it was a banger. It was absolute banger. 1994, 200,000 miles, no insurance, like just absolute fucking lunatic I was in these horrible bangers that broke down. Calibras, Vauxhall Calibras, all terrible cars. And I always pined after getting one. And I bought this for £1,800. That's how cheap that was. 1,800 quid from Stratford in London off my gold-toothed friend. And honestly, when I was driving back in that car, that I was smiling like the Cheshire Cat. Yeah. I didn't put no music on, nothing. Just kept looking down the bonnet and seeing that star.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it was just magical. And I don't know what it is. It just means something to me. It means that I'm not a shithouse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It
means that I'm not like I might not have achieved much in my life. I've failed a lot more times than I've succeeded. Believe me, but in driving a Mercedes, whether I've got them on ticky or not, I have the key to that Mercedes, and when I want to, I can get in it and drive it.
Yeah.
And the government says I can.
Yeah.
So that, to me, means that I am not a shithouse.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, Yeah. And I'll only drive Mercedes. I'll only have Mercedes. For as long as I live, I'll never have another car. No, only Mercedes. And they're not perfect. They're not great. They're shit now anyway. They're made crap. They used to be good. They're crap now.
Yeah.
You're better off buying a BM now, truth be told. They're better cars. But, yeah. But still, when I hear that advert, it's still like, I feel like the tears in my eyes a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's obviously, I don't exactly know the reason, but it gets me somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
It's quite wholesome, that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It gets me somewhere.
I think it's the marketing, though, because in the advert, they show different people from all walks of life.
Yeah.
And they're all wanting the Mercedes, so I think
But
marketing it is best.
If you listen to the words in the Janis Joplin song, in your own time, of course, when you listen to what she's saying, like, worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. Like, it's about trying to keep up with people. Like, that someone's got a colour TV and she doesn't, but she just wants a Mercedes Benz. Do you know? I guess it's probably a toxic thing to think. Actually, it is toxic because it's all about what you've got.
Yeah.
Like I obtain this, but look, I can't help where I'm from and who I am and what my sort of values were growing up, and from somebody that, look, I wasn't starving, I was loved, but there wasn't a lot of cash floating around, do you know what I mean? And I think from that, I think I got a complex about it. And to be honest, I think it's affected my entire life ever since. But this isn't the Dan podcast, do you know what I mean? No. So that's a conversation for another day. Let's talk more audiology in that,
No, but I quite like the Mercedes talk. I guess for me, like when I go to these events and that, I see like supercars, I see like Lambos and things like that. But there's just something about the Abarth. I don't know. It's kind of like a car that like people just think, oh, it's just a Fiat 500, but it does have a little bit of go to it. Yeah. Like it's kind of that, like, not a sleeper build, but do you know what I mean? Like people like, I don't know. And it's as well as like a woman, like I guess owning like a car, which typically like men say, oh, Fiat 500, women always own them, to having the faster one. It kind of like, I think that's probably the reason, again, like you with your Mercedes, me wanting to own one. It's like that almost that like...
It's a bit of an FU, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
So it is a little bit of like, oh yeah, girls' car, is it? Oh, then let's race. It's not a girls' car. No, they're not girls' cars. I have a prediction that one day in the future, those are going to be massive collector's items, I think.
Probably.
The Abarth.
Yeah, because it's the only car really that's doing that. It's the only car that's that small and has that sort of engine in it. You think there's not a lot of competition for it, really.
No. And not a lot of turbo cars now, are there, anyway?
No. It's a beautiful idea, and it saddens me because the world is going to change. I know it has to and all that, and soon we will all be driving a version of a Tesla and we'll all be very, very depressed.
Yeah.
And we'll remember, we might be old people one day looking back and be telling these stories that we had these cars that went rum, rum, rum. And
they'll be like, what?
Yeah, like what? And I think one day they're going to be really held on a pedestal, them cars. I think the special little cars, them. A lot of soul. They've got a lot of soul to them.
Abarth has stopped making them now, like petrol wise.
I was going to say that they are more limited stock now because they've gone electric, but like obviously you do get other car brands doing it with the turbo, like your Suzuki. They've got a Swift Sport which has your 1.4 turbo, so you've got your Fiestas and things like that, and you see you've got Cupra, whereas Abarth, you've got your 595, it's a 695, you've got the 124 Spider.
I want one of them.
Yeah, they've got all sorts, which is sort of like Abarth's version of like an MX5. That's the way I look at it.
They're really expensive. They're like 30 grand.
Yeah.
Quick question, everyone. If you could have, any car right now, okay, you've got 10 million quid, right? And you can have any car you want. You're not allowed to change afterwards neither. What car would you have? Ron, you go first.
Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Who?
Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds.
What is Eleanor?
It's a Shelby, is it Mustang?
Just Shelby Mustang.
Yeah.
What, 64 one?
I've got a funny story about that.
67, I think.
It was at the motorist at the weekend.
And I watched the video. I was
Did
jealous.
you watch my video?
Yeah, I was jealous about it.
Yeah, and then my other admin went, "Oh, it's Eleanor." I went, "Who?"
I don't know who Eleanor is.
Well, I didn't know clearly either.
No.
That's-
Okay, I understand. Okay, good answer, Ron.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thank you, man.
What about you, Nicole?
It depends. Are we talking like practical, or are we talking like completely like?
Talking about dream car. You get one go.
I think the better question would have been the Dream 3 car garage.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry, my question was crap. Okay, everyone, start again. Dream 3 car garage.
Yeah, because you've got to have a daily driver, you've got to have your luxury one, and then
Yeah.
you've got to have like a family car.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I would look at this. That would be my luxury
Yeah.
car. A daily driver, I need reliability. Give me a Volvo XC90.
That's a boring choice.
Yeah, but you can get like the Polestar versions and everything.
You're still flat as a fart, though, aren't they? What's the other one? What's the other option?
Gives a supercar. What supercar do I want? Give it a Porsche GT4 RS.
Yeah, classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about you, Nicole?
I don't know. The thing is,
3
right,
baths.
it sounds stupid, but for reliability in a little car, I really, really love. You're gonna absolutely hate me, but the electric Renault 5. I think they're so cute.
I love them.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. I admit, I've been seeing these in the streets, thinking, in the park, he's like, oh, electric car.
And the
I love-
yellow.
In the yellow.
Some of them come with a baguette holder as well.
A baguette holder.
So yeah, I feel like I was at like a Driven Net event, and there was one there, and there was like loads of supercars. There was like, I don't even know, there was Porsches and that, and everyone was like, "What would you pick?" And I was like, "That."
See, this is all just someone who's my age. That holds a special place in my heart because I'm old enough to remember when the real Renault 5s were floating about.
Yeah.
I saw people in the Renault 5 GT turbos. I seen them. Obviously, Ali G had one. Back then they were still kicking about, and I've never seen an electric car, and it's made me look twice. But every time I see them, it's the very first electric car I've gone 100%. I'd drive that.
Yeah.
100%. It's a Renault 5. Like, talk about cool. Like, what are you talking about? Like, show's over. Like, that is a cool car.
Yeah.
So, Renault, you've done it right. You're the first company to make something that's... They must be selling like hotcakes.
Yeah. I think they're not even that too much expensive, really, for what they are.
No.
I think you can pick up one for about 23 grand, one of the lower ones,
Yeah.
yeah. But, like, the way they've done it as well, like, I don't know if you've seen the what do you call it? Is it... Have they made, like, a new Ford? Is it... They've not made...
Capri.
They're horrible.
Capri. Horrible looking things.
They're horrible.
Horrible things.
Like, but that is actually, like, it's a modern take on what it actually did look like.
By the way, people, tell me you've seen that Ford Escort that's just been made.
No.
Mate, you remember the Mark 1 Escort Mexicos?
Yeah.
Mate, they've remade them with all... So it's one of them ones where it's the old car, but all modern stuff in. So type in 2026 Ford Escort Mark 1. Mate, honestly, I think this is real, mate. They've made this. They've made... That's what a Ford Escort Mark 1 is.
Electric?
Nah, I don't think so. It's an RS. I don't think so. Can you imagine? Mate, I don't know anything that's cooler than that.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good. That like.
I've never seen a cooler car.
No, that's nice.
That's from like 1979. The Ford Escort Mark 1 Mexico. Absolute stunner. Imagine that little thing.
I got a petrol
I love
engine
the
in
wheels as well.
them. Yeah.
Like they're the wheels that used to be on them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a beautiful little machine, isn't it?
100%. But yeah, exactly. Renault have actually taken the car and made it look like what it used to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. And like you say, them Capris are absolute.
Like, they're just garbage.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Oh, they're horrible.
it's like a
Look at
minivan
that.
on wheels.
Yeah, it's terrible. But you know what? It's such a shame because the original Ford Capri has what a history it has. What a brilliant, iconic motor car that was. The shape, unusual. Like it was a vibe, a Capri.
Yeah.
And it's what an insult to such an historic thing to whack the name. When I first seen one of them, I was behind it in traffic, and I thought that looks like it says Capri there. You know, like that's what I thought. It looks like it says Capri, and then as you focus it in, you're like, it does say Capri, and then you see the Ford badge, and you're like, no, that's absolutely terrible. You evil bastards. Pardon my language, but no, mate, you don't do that.
No,
you don't do that.
They are horrible.
Yeah, mate. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna remake it, with an old name of a very, very iconic car, you've got to do it right.
100%.
Renault's the one, like.
100%.
What are the other two cars, Nicole?
I'd love an Abarth Spider.
The
Basically
124.
an MX-5, but I think it's the better version. But they're a lot of money for what they are. Like they're like 18, 19 grand, and like they stopped at an 18 plate or 19 plate. So like they're like really, really like.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah. I just don't know how it would be I've never driven one, so I don't know how it would be to park and how it would be every day, but you know.
I think it'd be all right.
Yeah.
It's like a little nippy little car. I don't think you'd have any problems parking that.
Yeah, just the bonnet's really long and the way you see what I mean, like.
I mean, people can drive about daily in an MX-5 with a soft top, can't they? So,
Yeah.
and that'll just be the same. Like you say, it's got a longer front, but I think the back's shorter maybe than the MX-5 a little bit.
Yeah, it is more front end rather than back end.
Yeah.
I think my third car, if I had to pick one, which would be like a supercar. At the weekend, I was in a Lambo Perforante. I don't know if you've seen one of them.
Hurricane.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Fast.
Like, yeah.
Stupid fast.
So I had a passenger ride in a McLaren, and I had one in a Lambo. And the Lambo, like, the McLaren was fast, and the both were probably about the same. But the Hurricane had so much more, like, just like instant.
Yeah.
Like
Bang,
felt like I was on Blackpool Tower, you know, where like they drop you and you leave your heart behind.
Yeah, man. They're naughty cars.
Yeah.
To me, I've never been a fan of Lambo. Me, I think they're too shouty, in my opinion.
But
You're a Ferrari man.
That would literally be like a just to literally take out on a weekend. Like I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd
ride
be
that
a
all the
toy.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a toy. Yeah, if I had to pick between Ferrari and Lambo, I'd pick Ferrari.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have either if I had the money.
No.
Buy a house.
Yeah, no, I would. I'd still buy fancy cars, but I wouldn't buy any of them. I'd have something a bit more niche. So my three. First things first, the car I've always wanted, which I probably will never get this because it's out now, is it's called a Mercedes 190 Cosworth. So this was a car that was made in the 80s.
Yes.
And this was the dream. I'd have a 1985, the year I was born. That makes me sound real old, right? One of these. That would be my daily driver. I would
Daily?
Daily driver. That's what I would drive about in.
Not too valuable to daily.
Well, listen, if I've got money for 3 supercars, you know what I mean? That's what I would want to drive every day, one of them. And I'd like to have it done properly. So, you know, somebody did replace the old shit with new shit. So it was in modern world, but looked the same. That's what I'd like. So that would be that. My wild card, which would be my fun car, and none of you will probably know what this is, a Morgan Aero 8.
Nope.
No.
Now, be prepared to feel sick, because this is not everybody's cup of tea. But it is what I would have we could have a look at whatever that is. Yeah, a Morgan Aero 8. Love them.
Yeah, I've seen these
I've
before.
seen them.
So this would be my fun car. That's my Sunday car. You know what I mean? I'd basically be playing. You ever seen Wind in the Willows, Toad of Toad Hall? I would be Toad of Toad Hall. I would have a cap on. I would have a scarf on, driving gloves.
Yeah.
I'd proper
Loafers.
make it. Loafers, a smoking jacket. I'd proper make a do of it. I'd be an absolute knobhead. I'd have a monocle. Do you know, you name it. I'd go drive up to country clubs and just make a nuisance. You know, just make a nuisance, revving my stupid car up.
You meet David Lloyd.
Yeah.
Outside.
That's what it is. Yeah. That would be that. The third one, bloody hell. To be honest, doesn't really go any further than that. After that, I'm done. I'd say just pick one then. You know, pick one.
You need a supercar.
Yeah, you would. What is your
I think that is a supercar, isn't it? The Morgan Aero 8.
a modern one?
A modern supercar.
What about like the Have you ever seen the Mercedes McLaren SLR?
Don't like them.
You don't
Not
like
a
them?
fan.
Not the SLRs?
No, do you know what? I suppose, okay, I pushed with it. And I wouldn't drive
Push with it.
And I wouldn't drive it. This would be something just because this is one of those things that, like, in my opinion, if you've got this, that's the top of the tree. Whether it's the best car or not, it's the red Ferrari.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion, like in the whole world of cars, the epitome of motoring is that if cars were on a pyramid like that, the very top would be, I don't know what model, don't know what make, don't know what age, but it would be a red Ferrari.
I'd say the F40, maybe.
I'd have any of them. You just pick me a nice red Ferrari and I would just own it. I wouldn't ever need to drive it. I'd have it in my living room as an ornament. Do you know what I mean? If I've got that kind of money, I've got a big
living
house.
room, like.
100%. But just, look, red Ferrari, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know as well that there is a Ferrari edition of the Abarth?
No.
So Ferrari garages used to give courtesy cars, and they used to give sometimes like an Abarth that had Ferrari badges on.
Wow.
It's really expensive now.
And a bath with Ferrari. You shitting me? This is real?
Yeah, it's real.
Hang on a minute.
It's just really expensive in the zone.
Whoa. How fast was this?
I don't think it was any faster.
So it's just Ferrari red?
Yeah.
Right.
Does it say? So it's 1.4 anyway. Yeah.
Right, okay.
But
I was thinking Ferrari had put something special in it.
I've seen one in real life.
Have you?
Yeah.
Where's the Ferrari badge? Is it actually where the Abarth badge is?
So if you look down the side where it says 595, it has like a little like Tributo Ferrari thing on. And
Imagine you put like one of the old V8s in. You know, like they put in like the 458s and you stuck one in that.
So that would be my Ferrari. I'm joking.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. But yeah, that's the 3-car garage, you know? Good
Yeah.
choices by everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the viewers that don't like cars, tough. You know?
Yeah.
That's the Top Gear segment, you know? So I'll tell you what, this is where we start to wind it up because we're at our thing, but we do like to ask, so you're obviously doing very well, right? You seem to be highly intelligent. You seem to be a very nice person, the things you're doing, and you're really moving in the right direction. So what's next? What do you see the next couple of years looking like? What are you going to do? Are you going to take over the world?
No. So, as some of you may have seen on my Instagram, I used to have like a 72 plate Abarth. But basically, I've not come into some money troubles, but the company I work for has kind of gone into a little bit of like money troubles. So I've been made redundant. So this year will probably just be, I've obviously downgraded to a cheaper Abarth, which cost me $3,000 because the engine was knackered and I had to fix it.
Nightmare.
So basically what I've done is I've now got no finance and I'm just looking to build up money again. So that would be like my life goal this year is to get myself back on this
Operation
straight and
Obtain
narrow.
Cash.
Yes.
Yes, that's it.
So if I'm going to be honest, that is kind of what I'm...
So if anyone's out there, all the money, she's after it, you know?
I know.
Just send it in Nicole's way.
too busy raising money for other people and...
I know, yeah. That's what I
Not
mean.
myself.
Maybe you
That
should
wa-
start your own. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
your own cause. Help
Yeah.
Nicole.
Help me go, yeah. GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my other car. So that was the newer one.
Nice.
I probably, to be fair, had one of the newest Abarths in the club. One of the youngest people had one of the newest Abarths in the club. So that was kind of like my thing. But yeah, not anymore. But apart from that, obviously Miss Great Britain this year. That's going to be tough because I've never done pageantry before. You're going to have to stand in a bikini on a stage, which I don't know whether... That's a bit like out of my comfort zone, but we have to do it. And then for the rest of the year, I guess just like, I don't know, just try and find some more opportunities in that. And just, I guess, I don't know. I feel like I've already done so much as like...
Well, you have.
You are. You're like the busiest 22-year-old I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like,
But I don't feel it though. Like
Oh, I've done maybe 15% of what you've done and I feel it.
yeah.
I feel it.
No, you're doing bits. You're doing bits.
Yeah.
yeah, so
I can tell you're highly intelligent. You passed a lot of exams at school, right?
yeah, I wasn't so great at maths, but then I got a better teacher and I got a pass, which is good. I actually didn't get amazing in my GCSEs. My highest was like a 6 or whatever.
That means nothing to me.
That's like
We had
a
ABC.
B, yeah.
A B.
But that was always in art and
Well, let's be honest. There's two different types of intelligent, isn't there? There's the
Yeah.
intelligent that you can pass your school exams, and then there's the life intelligent.
Yeah.
You sound very intelligent.
yeah.
Just for my curiosity, because This is what I had. Were you the year before COVID?
I was the year of COVID.
Oh, so you got predicted grades as well.
I didn't do my GCSEs. I got them given.
There you go. That's what I got as well.
But they were off our mock. So I used to go to a school called Paulham Hall in Darlington.
I know of it.
So they knew that obviously stuff was probably going to shut down. So they made us sit in a hall and do our exams before it actually closed. So I did actually get what I would have got if I was to do it.
I didn't get that, and I passed everything. I look like a brainiac, mate.
Genius, absolute genius,
absolute genius, mate. You wouldn't have hired us if I didn't have all them GCSEs.
No, probably not, mate. No, flagged me, didn't you?
I did, like,
you know.
Yeah.
That's the one. So that's it. The future is keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Obtain loads of cash in that.
Yeah, cash on that.
And just smash the hell out of life, basically.
Yeah, I want some more opportunities like this going on, like
Yeah.
talk shows and that and stuff.
Well,
like
you're
that.
welcome back to come and talk to us whenever you like. You know, you just give us a message.
But I feel like I've always come from a driven family. That it's funny enough. My dad's been on Total Wipeout.
Has he?
Yeah.
No way.
Back in the day, yeah.
That was a great show, wasn't it?
Did he fall off?
Yeah, very much.
Doesn't
Was it
everybody
bad?
fall off?
Yeah. He also like the way they writ the show as well. My dad was pining after Amanda, you know, the presenter.
All right. Okay.
And my mum got mad when she watched it. She's like, Dean, what have you been doing? But apparently it was just for the script and everything. But yeah, so I feel like I come from quite a driven family. We don't have much, but like it's, you know, always like being on camera. My sister's completely different. She's quite like shy and quite, you know, guess doesn't like putting herself out there as much as I do. But you know, I love a screen. I love pictures.
You definitely seem like a goal-getter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't seem like someone who's just going to stagnate. You seem like somebody who's just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
100%.
And gosh, you've been left school, what, 6 years and all that's happened? And gosh, 6 years from now, imagine.
Yeah, I've got level 3, level 4. I've got...
As I say, whenever I meet young people who've done all this stuff, it makes me feel shit because I'm like, I wasn't doing anything. I was just sat smoking weed. That's all I did.
Sometimes I wish I was like that though, because it's like a lot more just like chilling it.
You don't, because you play catch up. You get to your mid-30s and go, shit, I fucked it.
But I equally feel like I have a lot of imposter syndrome and I don't feel like I'm doing enough.
You're not doing enough.
No.
Right.
So like my partner, he works for Teesside Airport and he works for Willis and he gets loads of money and he's studying to become an aircraft mechanic. And when he can say to people, oh yeah, I'm an aircraft mechanic, that is such a like a...
It sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good, but I'm just like, obviously, I used to be able to say I'm trained to become an audiologist, but now I'm not in that field necessarily anymore. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I do stuff.
I do bits. Yeah,
I do bits.
Nah, man, don't, you know, the world's changed. Once upon a time, I do agree with that in the past. It was all about the
job and
the stamp. I'm a lawyer. I'm a this. I'm a that. It's not like that now. It's not the modern world.
No.
You can get somebody who, you know, you could get one person stood in a room and you could say, oh, I'm a lawyer or I'm a barrister even, right?
Yeah.
And you get somebody else and they could say, oh, I just do social media. And like you'd think, oh, the barrister will have more money, but not necessarily, not anymore. You know, the whole content creation world is a whole new beast, innit? And it's going to keep changing. We've got artificial intelligence on its way, but we won't go down that path. It's all going to be interesting.
Yeah. It's quite hard starting out in content creation because I've not been paid for anything.
No.
So like I don't. Maybe because I'm more like cars and not like a beauty like person or whatever, but I don't get paid for anything. So it's been kind of trying to source my own opportunities and things like that. So that takes a lot of time. You don't realize how much time it is to write to newspapers to be like, because for Miss GB you need like press and content and that and stuff. So it's like, oh, can you write about this? Can you write about that? You don't even realize how much time it.
No.
So although I've had time off because obviously the redundancy, I've been really busy. Like obviously not getting paid, but
No.
like
It's
but,
the worst type of busy, isn't it?
Yeah, worst type of busy.
You're not getting paid, busy bastard.
Damn. But yeah, so there's a lot more behind it that you wouldn't think.
Yeah. Well, I think we can both agree that we wish you the best
Thank
of luck
you.
for Miss Great Britain 2026
Thank
in October. We will keep an eye on it.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'd love to see where you can go with it.
Thank you.
We will. Nicole, thank you for talking to people like us.
Just before we do sign off, all of Nicole's Instagram, everything like that, YouTube,
Yes.
TikTok, will be in the description of this video. So just find it all below.
Thank you.
Keep up with Nicole.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.